10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. IG's turn to...
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Starladder China, day number 4. I'm your host, LD, of Beyond the Summit. I'm joined here by my man, Mr. Winter himself. He's here in spirit, although not in body, and he is unmuted, so he can talk. I don't know why I'm addressing you in the third person, but Winter, welcome back.
Hello, I shall unmute myself.
I see we've got a third guest co-caster as well.
Yeah, he seems to appear every time you start to talk.
It's very loud. So our next match is going to be LGD China versus Invictus Gaming. You know, Winter, if you go back a year ago, this was like the best in China versus the second best in China, but nowadays there's a new dog in town, a very scary one. Its name is DK, and even teams like Vici Gaming, coming into this tournament, you'd probably say it would be the second best team, although they have started off on a rough footing, only 1-2, but yeah, IG 3-0 in Starladder, LGD sitting at 1-2, and IG performing a lot better thus far.
Yeah, they've been getting better and better as they train more with the new player, Luo, and Chuan is back as well. So probably maybe takes them another 1 week or 2 weeks before they fix everything and become at their peak. But they are certainly proving that they are going to be strong enough to compete with DK already.
Yeah, LGD loves their Bat Rider. It's been a fairly small selection of heroes.
What happened to Bat Rider? Huh. They took Alchemist over Bat Rider.
Yeah, that's more of a Vici Gaming move, I would say. If anything. But, well, now that you're spoiling the draft, I suppose I should hop into it. No surprise here, as the Ancient Apparition has been selected by LGD. That is one of their favorite heroes, just one of the strongest supports in China, or at least most popular right now.
He's everyone's favorite support right now in China.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I certainly agree with you there.
I don't think he's my favorite support yet, because he doesn't have a stun.
Yeah, you're a stun hater.
What?
You're a hater of, like, you're a stun obsessor is the word I'm looking for.
What's wrong with having stuns on your team?
I didn't say there's anything wrong with it. I just said you're obsessed with it. Although I guess I'm kind of obsessed with it too. That's one of the reasons why I hate on Bloodseeker.
You started it when I first joined you. I told you Vacuum is a stun, Shuriken Toss is a stun, and you go, Vacuum is a stun.
yeah. It's true though. And oh, do I have to update my roster here? I guess you can't really read the hero names anyway. Not sure what happened to the Starladder overlays for the hero names, guys, but they should be fixed soon. But yeah, LGD on the Radiant side, and on the Dire, and IG on the Radiant. And the Bat will get banned in the second stage. So, actually something IG has been favoring, but they've already gone Brewmaster and Alk, so they've got plenty of tempo control from their solo mid, and what looks to be... I mean, they have actually run I think they ran a safe lane Brewmaster in one of their previous matches, and a solo mid Alk.
Luo was the one playing the safe lane Brewmaster, and I've seen them run off-lane Alchemist too on YYF.
On the Radiant side, it's a little bit more of a journey to go stack the Ancients, but I guess it's still doable.
It's more similar towards like having an off-lane Mirana, where the middle lane is always in danger of an incoming gang. It's the same as Alchemist because you have a very good stun at level 1. But Alchemist stun is not as long range as the bottom stun.
Alk is not actually that good at ganking Dragonite, though, because his armor is so high. Like, the stun normally does a lot of damage against Dragonite once it's level 3.
I feel it depends on who is his teammate on middle lane. If it's like an Invoker, then it still would be an easy setup into the Alchemist stun to kill.
Well, yeah, just because Invoker, like, poops damage out of his rear end. But
too much damage.
Brewmaster is not going to offer, unless he gets some lucky crits, it's just not going to offer you enough, generally.
I don't think it'll be a Brewmaster middle, but judging by recent games, they've always used him as their safe lane. But Brewmaster is still a really good middle lane hero if they want to go along those lines. But it's like
It's
a
just like
very
if you run the Brewmaster mid, like nobody's really gonna win the lane, and then Dragon Knight hits 6 and starts just pushing you, can gank you with Dragon Tail and potentially kill you. It gets tough for Brewmaster at that point. So it seems like they should look to run something that can control the lane a bit better.
Yeah, true. Someone to always constantly keep Dragon Knight low on HP. Maybe a TA or even a Queen of Pain.
To pick.
The Lifestealer comes out against 2 strength heroes.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Lifestealer is really good against these two heroes. They still need like supports that can deal with Lifestealer. There's still like Bane, there's still Shadow Demon. There's still these two are the first two supports that come to my mind if they are talking about dealing with Lifestealer. And Shadow Demon Alchemist is still a really good combination, but they're actually going to go for Rubik.
Turn.
Nobody really runs Shadow Demon. He's fallen off the map almost completely.
I think he's still alright. He's not
His
actually
his shadow poison got buffed. You can stack it 5 times now,
yeah.
which actually
But
does a lot of damage.
I feel the main reason he got fallen off was because of the thing where they removed the vision on the shadow poison. That was like one of his most valuable assets in a team fight.
10 seconds.
Oh, you mean where it like locked onto people and just like track? It was like track basically.
Yeah, it's like a
5
track.
seconds
Yeah.
remaining.
A mini track. Doesn't reveal invis, I guess, but
Yeah, but still it was really useful that enemies can't kite you and you can always see where they are moving in a team fight and you can just constantly stack him with your poison.
well, now the Rubik pick maybe also kind of a block
I-
pick because
I don't really like the Rubik against like Lifestealer. Like I feel the Rubik is always so vulnerable towards Lifestealer.
I think we at the last time we saw Panda. Whoa, they're actually gonna go Weaver against Rubik. So
Okay, he has Shukuchi to escape the Lifestealer now.
yeah, that's like just makes the Rubik stronger in some ways, but I guess the one consideration IG may not want to have Panda ult stolen because we saw the other day Panda ult was stolen and I think ended up didn't win the opponent the game, but almost turned the game around. So that could be a consideration. Rubik is quite good against Brewmaster.
Yeah, true. But he's like very easy to kill in this situation unless he gets the Shukuchi. He needs to be able to get it
5 seconds
before the team fight starts and then he's gonna be good to go in every fight. But Alchemist can still be their support hero in this situation. Like he's not a very good call after you see the Lifestealer pop out. So you can always still switch the Alchemist to a lesser role, which is a support. Then you don't have to worry about your carry being countered by the enemy.
Yeah, there's still actually no Storm and Doom both banned. So I was gonna say there's still a Storm, but not an option. What else could they run? If they want, they could run like an OD solo mid.
They still need something to like constantly lock down the Weaver and Lifestealer. These two cores are really hard to kill. They need something that goes through, that pierces their magic immunity or something that locks them down.
I think OD's okay just to kite the Lifestealer. You can't lock down either of them without a Hex, though.
Yeah, true.
And
you
he
can
beats
just-
Dragon Knight mid pretty hard.
No, they're gonna go for the lockdown.
Turn to battle.
Well, it's Chinese Dota. This should not surprise anyone. Well, they'll need some DPS now. I guess this almost guarantees the Brewmaster. I guess he could, like, either of these heroes could go mid, but seems like a
Still really-
Beastmaster offlane
Still
Brewmaster
really,
safely.
really weird, like their lineup like this. They don't really have any super strong carries, assuming that the Alchemist is not gonna be the carry anymore off lane, or even a support. It means that they have to win the early game by a huge margin with the Beastmaster and Brewmaster. Otherwise, they don't really have any carry.
And LGD is running, yeah, it's not even just the dual core. It's a tri-core with an Ancient Apparition support, which is almost a quad
that's-
core.
That's not a support, I think.
Yeah, that's very misleading.
And Ancient Apparition, I'm thinking along the lines where what LGD can do right now with their heroes. They can run Ancient Apparition and Weaver if they want to do aggressive tri-lane, if they think they can take the tri-lane, and they can just leave like Lifestealer against... If Alchemist is on the off-lane, he could actually end up in a very bad matchup, Lifestealer versus Alchemist and triple lane against Brewmaster, 3 range heroes with Chilling Touch.
Yeah. Well, they're already running 3 melee heroes against Ancient Apparition and Weaver, so it's kind of inevitable that one of the lanes is going to struggle, for sure.
Yeah, apart from Dragon Knight versus Beastmaster, which is going to be like very even until the DK reaches level 6 and the Beastmaster is going to run around and try and gank.
You know, Winter, I feel for IG or for LGD right now, they're definitely going to want to ward the Ancients because that's key for IG. Is either axes or acid spray, trying to farm those to keep up in terms of farm. So
Yeah.
we're gonna see
That's
a battle
okay.
for those Radiant Ancients.
That's actually a really important point if they want to limit IG's early game farm. Oh, they're going to go for... Oh, I actually like this pick a lot. It really helps against the Beastmaster Raw. They are all very single target focused. The Rubik, Lift, Alchemist Stomp.
Oh, this I like. This I like a lot, though. This Anti-mage is gonna have an easy time after the laning stage.
They actually don't... They actually have a lot of firepower early on. Anti-mage is not going to be able to fight early.
Yes,
So it
early,
means-
yes. I'm just saying when he gets to the mid game, if he's not completely shut down,
Mm-hmm.
what are they gonna do to deal with him? Unless they get a Shadow Blade and Dragonite, there's nothing to gank this Anti-mage.
He's going to be vulnerable to all the minus armor though. The Weaver and the Shadow Priest are the Dazzle ultimate. That's going to make him really weak.
But again though, like you talked about stuns on supports. LGD have 0 stuns on their supports. I'm not
Dragon
counting.
Tail.
I'm not counting Poison Touch here for that.
Why? It's actually a very legitimate stun now.
Well, yeah. Once you, I don't know. Once you get it to level 4, it's pretty legit. But you still just get the mini stun before then, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not going to be enough to lock down an anti-mage.
Yeah, you don't get the full stun until later on. Well, it's oh, gotta set my overlay here. Okay, so it's time, my good friend. LGD versus Invictus Gaming. LGD 1 and 2 in the groups, and IG sitting at 3 and 0. A big match. If IG win this, they're 4 and 0, and they're almost guaranteed the playoffs at that point. So we'll see if they can pull it off here. LGD on the dire side. I'll start with them. They have a new player now, but first Shao Tuji, that safe, stable Weaver carry. Yao gonna be playing the Lifestealer. Maybe on the Dragonite, the new addition, the pub star for this team, DDC, your Dazzle, and that leaves DD on the support Ancient Apparition.
Call me maybe. IGC will be playing the anti-mage on the Radiant side.
Or Luo.
Tron will be on Alchemist. Faith will be on the Rubik. Ferrari will be handling the Brewmaster Solomid, and YYF will be on the offlane Beastmaster. He actually has sentries to get ready for the ancient blocks.
And I'm surprised they didn't bother for it, but it looks like they want to go... Are they going?
I
Yeah,
think
they're going
do
aggressive
tri-lane.
with Yao.
They're going to go aggressive.
Oh,
But
actually,
it's-
this is kind of scary. Yeah,
it's
what?
with the Lifestealer, not the Weaver. I was expecting the Weaver to be in this tri-lane because it's much more powerful that way. And Lifestealer can dominate whoever
And-
IG sends on top.
And Chilling Touch works with the Weaver passive, the Gemini attack, I believe. I think it does.
I remember you don't get the bonus from the second attack.
Are you
Only
sure?
the first attack. Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
I thought it worked with
I-
it. Someone was telling me that the other day.
Oh, okay, then I might be wrong.
I
'Cause
haven't
remember-
tested it.
I remember I don't see the number going down when you hit Gemini attack. I'm not sure.
Well, maybe I'm wrong. Someone was like making a big point to me about it, but I may have been misinformed, and that's something I'm actually gonna make a note to myself right now. It's a test after the game, because now I'm really curious.
You don't have to test. We just wait and see.
No, we'll see. They're not in the lane though, and then the game may get chaotic. But
And by the way, I want to ask you something. Do you remember last time when Refraction, you deny a creep, it takes away 1 charge of your attack? It doesn't anymore now.
when did they change that?
I don't know. I just saw like I saw it in the replay. I was like, what? Deny doesn't take away refraction damage charge. Okay.
Wow, that's pretty surprising.
I was like, is it a bug or I'm seeing things? Okay, then I see it consecutively in another game and it happened.
This looks pretty good for IG Winter. They should be able to win all 2 lanes and break even mid. Oh,
Oh,
maybe
no,
not
ace
not
it,
like this.
but-
Oh, DD. Oh, that wasn't a very long stun though. Not long enough. Actually, Z could be in trouble. He's got to blink away. He's
Wow.
very low. Very low. The chilling touch. That chilling touch. That stun, if it had been channeled longer by Chuan, is a first blood though. He
If
only
it's a
channeled it
old
for like
stun,
1
it'll be a
second.
first blood because he gets stronger in the air, but yeah.
Impatience from Chuan. He needs to learn a little lesson here from Zhou, I think.
Wow, okay, I see what you did there.
Zhou will be commentating WPC, so we're gonna get to see. You know, that's where I really wish I spoke Chinese so I could hear his casting of Chuan's play.
I'll help you
Yes,
with that. I'll give you a hand.
thanks, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm still quite surprised why they didn't do the matchups the other way around with the Weaver and the tri-lane. I'm not very sure why, because it would have been so much better with that. Maybe they wanted a slow on the tri-lane.
The only thing I can think of is that Weaver is a much easier kill if he ever screws up. Lifton and the concoction. If they like sentry and lift him when he Sakuchis, he can actually die, whereas Lifestealer shouldn't ever die. But they're still grave and heal, so I don't know. It does seem a little curious, but I guess it's a safer choice, perhaps.
Yeah, perhaps sometimes it's the player roles. You always want a certain player to be on the safe lane. That's the reason.
Yeah, I mean, Yao's normally the offlaner for this team, but he doesn't normally get like a farming role. He's been getting a lot of, well, maybe like Prophet, but more like utility heroes.
Recently he's been getting a lot of Doom on the off lane, like semi-cost.
Yeah, not like a life stealer though. It's more of just your standard right-click hard carry.
Yeah, they're still limiting a lot of the anti-mage farm. He's only 5-0 at the moment. And Lifesteal is not too far ahead, but anti-mage is managed to be slowed down by them. That's their most important objective at the moment. And Weaver is topping the CS chart. He's totally dominating the Beastmaster.
In the meantime, the tri-lane in terms of farm is still going well here. The anti-mage only 6-0. Lifesteal is slightly ahead, but it's like so close it'll just one creep wave will make the difference. So too early to call it. And the lane is pushing a little bit. They've got double range creeps, but Yao will deny one, so now the lane will go back out. Just a very passive start. Mid lane going pretty heavily in 430's favor. He's playing really well.
Yeah, he's quite a bit ahead. But I still feel that this matchup, as long as Dragon Knight reaches level 6, is gonna be still alright for him, even though if he loses at the start.
Well, they're just casually using Chilling Touch to farm, it looks like.
Why not?
I mean, it's got a really long cooldown.
Oh yeah, it actually has a very long cooldown. I thought that it doesn't have quite a long cooldown.
Oh
okay.
No, it's really long at level 1. That's one of the many reasons to max it, I feel.
Yeah, 15 seconds at level 4. I don't usually play this hero. I guess I should try and play him more.
Yeah. You better play it soon, or Curtis Lane is gonna be disappointed in you. I think
he's gonna be disappointed if I don't get a rod of Athos.
Yeah, easy to disappoint him with all his idiosyncrasies. That's for sure. They could make a go here bottom. No, Tron just hanging out. Regenerate spawn bottom. And was quickly picked up, but
I think the early game is just hugely in favor of LGD at the moment. They're winning all their lanes. Apart from middle is almost break even, I would say. Even though Ferrari is leading by 10 CS, but I feel it's still alright.
Right, that's the big thing. The Weaver is just crushing top lane, and their tri lane's doing well. So it's like irrelevant how mid goes almost.
Yeah, unless he gets a solo pick off on the DK when he reaches his primal split, that's about it.
And the thing here is that the ward from LGD, it's going to make it very hard for smoke gank to work, right? Because it'll be so obvious these supports are gone if they leave for more than a second. So I was thinking like, oh, they should just gank the DK because they're not going to do anything here, but it will be too easy to tell.
They're actually going to go now. Tron is getting ready to smoke and go towards middle because the Panda has his ultimate. Oh, Panda is actually going to come down and smoke in. Wow.
Oh, this I like better. Yeah, a gank, I feel like gank bottom or mid would never have worked, but this could catch LGD by surprise. The lane's pushing in. So maybe he's also worried. He hasn't seen one of these supports for a little while. He hasn't seen Chuan, so he's hiding out behind his tower.
They think the Alchemist is going middle to get a DK. So
that's the normal progression. This is not expected. This could work. This really could work. And Faith's can't go through.
And surprise.
Well, but you can't surprise the lifestealer. I don't think that's the one you want.
The lift, they can lift.
But it's hard to get the stun follow-up for that. And he can just rage dodge the stun. You still take the damage, but they need the actual stun as well to kill him.
Oh, they're actually really conservative. They're playing very conservative, I think.
I think they know. I think they know.
Okay, they know. The ward is going to be spotting the Brewmaster going to the bottom rune. Yeah.
Wow, that is some really good teamwork and just game sense by LGD.
And casual chilling touch.
It's not even to harass, it's just to make sure the AM gets no last hits. Okay.
Yeah, they denied every creep with the chilling touch. Top lane, they're gonna rotate Chuan. Oh, is he spotted by the ward? Did the ward actually spot him? The one oh actually it didn't spot him TPing top. If he doesn't get the gank here, he's gonna waste so much time. They have raw into the Alchemist stun.
But the Dragon Knight's not too far off. Winter, he's waiting.
If he gets stunned, he can't save him.
Oh, he actually pops Sakuchi though! Swan's gonna have to stun maybe instead.
Oh, that's
big.
Okay.
Now AM's stuck against the tri-lane. The Brewmaster hasn't gotten anything done. He wasted the gank bottom. The Roar's been wasted top. Chuan's wasted a smoke and a TP on his level 2. IG are just... I mean, it looks like it doesn't look that bad. It's still 0-0, but it's pretty damn bad for them right now.
Yeah, and the level 1 first blood starting to feel that the first blood where he didn't charge up his stun long enough that they missed.
Look at this.
It's starting to feel already.
They force the anti-mage just to go straight treads.
Radiant's
Not
structures
even
are fortified.
Ring of Health first in lane, and he has no regen, so he's gonna have a really hard time staying in lane.
Yeah, this is looking really bad for IG already after the early game.
Dire's structures are
It's very
fortified.
honestly, Winter. I feel like I can count on one hand the number of successful aggressive tri-lanes I've seen in this patch. Like I've seen maybe 3 or 4 in this patch.
It's quite strong. If you are you manage to control the pool, the enemy supports can't deward your observer or sentry, whatever you put it there, then it's gonna be really tough for them if the lane is not as strong as your lane.
It is very risky though, and it seems like most teams just don't want to take that risk. But IG went anti-mage, and it looks great in the mid game on paper. I think they're still a good lineup to come back because there's just no
Yeah.
lockdown for this AM. But it's gonna be hard for now.
There's no lockdown, but they don't need to lock down something that doesn't have farm at the moment.
That's right. Not for now.
Radiant's bottom tower
Maybe
is
later
Oh,
though.
middle lane, DD. Might be in trouble.
YYF
Oh, this
wrapping
one.
around. They want to get that level 6 for him. Pops the chilling touch. Just I am so bad at getting the names of his spells right. I always say one, then I'm like, oh, I mean the other one. But yeah, they'll go now with the roar. Roar to start this off with DD. Then the axes, the zap to follow up. The collapse there, and it will be a first blood for IG. A very late one, in fact.
He almost got there on time for the Shallow Grave. Almost.
And with the Lifestealer here, they would not have been able to stick around. And that's big because now they've TP'd off bottom, and now Luo gets to play catch-up. He gets at least like a wave or two of free
Yeah.
farm.
But I'm thinking like his Battle Fury would come at least like 20 minutes. This game. This sort of start.
Radiant's top tower is
Yeah,
under attack.
but how they've got to apply pressure somewhere if they want to stop him from farming it. And now IG, as bad as their lanes are, their 5-man's really scary with Blink Dagger and Brewmaster, which is coming now. Roar cooling down fairly soon. The Alk needs levels, which he's getting, and the Rubik is doing okay. I actually, despite the bad start, I think LGD has a lot. They have the pressure in the mid game to make things happen.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking about the moment you talk about the dagger, I feel like he actually might just skip the dagger and go for an Acceptor first. I've seen them done this multiple times already. They just get an Acceptor as soon as possible on Beastmaster instead of getting a dagger. It gives you the range and gives you survivability, and it's actually much better to get the daggers after the eggs.
Radiant's bottom tower
On the,
is
you
under
think on Brewmaster or on?
No,
Beast-
Beastmaster.
Oh, okay.
Beastmaster.
Yeah, well, yeah. I don't think we're gonna.
Oh, you're
they already-
actually,
I was talking
you're
about
actually
Brewmaster.
talking about the panda?
Yeah, the other master,
Okay, too many masters.
the master
here.
of alcohol.
The master of ale. Do you
The-
like ale?
It's okay. I like whiskey. Whiskey is good.
Vilad would be happy if you like vodka too.
He actually, it's funny. Villat drinks, at least when I was there, he's drinking more beer and more whiskey than he was vodka.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're going in again on DD. He wants level 6 so bad, but he's just not gonna get it. Wow. Well done. And I
Yeah,
feel like,
they're gonna get a tower too, LD. This is really huge for them.
who needs to farm when you just have your team taking towers?
middle tower has fallen.
There will be a trade here for LGD, I think, but remember, there's still Blink, Clap, Ult, and
We
no
have
Glyph.
not seen a panda split so far.
Radiant's
I think IG's mid game is looking really scary right now, honestly.
Yeah, the aura on the Beastmaster plus the panda splits, that's actually really powerful for LGD to deal with later.
Don't forget about the potential for 2 boars, Winter. What do you think about that change, by the way?
I like that change.
The
actually.
separate cooldowns and like being able to have 2.
Yeah, you can scout top and bottom at the same time with 2 hawks. That's what I like.
Okay, I like the double boars, but I guess in practice they just feel very useless after the early game.
I think the double hawk is actually much more useful than the double
Yeah,
ball.
it's just I want the double boar to be good, but I'm no such luck.
Oh, middle lane. YYF, he's running up so far. Oh
He's
no.
He's creating space for the team. It's fine.
Oh,
He's got
it's
phase
only
boots.
Only one poison touch. Okay, never mind. You're right about that spell.
It's really it needs to be maxed if you want to play aggressively.
Yeah, he's actually maxing the heal. Why would you max the heal?
I-
It's either you max the slow or the grave.
The only time to max the heal for me is if you have like Naga and you're doing
Yeah.
like heal bombs, but they
Or
don't.
Shadow Demon.
Yeah, or Shadow Demon. I don't get it either. I don't think this is the right skill choice.
Maybe he's thinking that IG has like very good defenders of the towers. A lot of spam, Fate Bolt, Alchemist, and Axe, so he wants the heal for them to sustain the push.
They can't push. They can't push anyway, though. They're pushing into Panda ult and Beastmaster Roar, Acid Spray. Like IG is not only good at clearing the waves, they're good at team fighting too. I feel like LGD almost has to farm.
I feel like like you said, the Shadow Grave is very useful against the single target lockdowns of IG.
Yeah.
The Raw, the Lift, and the Alchemist stun.
They will try and
they're gonna
force this tower.
Yeah, they're gonna try and force it. This could be the fight that changes the balance of the whole game for the anti-mage.
Nice. Elder Dragon form. Give this Rubik some extra move speed.
Rubik doesn't need move speed. He needs like strength morph.
Yeah. He's not running, that's for sure. But look at the catch-up already. He's up to 53 CS. Again, like their lineup just... Once they left that one failed counter gank mid, that's when he started catching up. And they've just done nothing to shut him down since then. And they can't. Like, maybe we could see a Weaver, Lifestealer, Ancient Apparition attempt, but I feel like they need a Shadow Blade on DK, and he's going BKB.
He has to go BKB. There's just too much nuke. Too much stunts.
Oh, I don't disagree, but while he's doing that, they're not ganking AM.
Yeah, they can't. Their lineup is not built to gank the AM.
And are they built to out... I mean, late game, maybe they can out-carry him with Weaver Lice. I don't even know about that, though. There's a lot of backup. Inner Beast.
Yeah, it's really hard to say. They needed to have a significant advantage moving into the middle game and the late game.
It's weird, too. They won 2 lanes convincingly. Top lane was an easy win. Bottom lane was an easy win, but IG have just done they've had the better movements. Their first 2 movements were bad.
Movements. They caught the A twice when he was trying to get his Ice Blast, and
he does have it now, though.
Very crucial.
This could turn it, though, and IG are respecting the Ice Blast. They're a bit afraid to force that.
Yeah, now they have to be really careful because the anti-mage teleported top and Weaver can TP bottom to fight. They cannot go for bottom tower anymore.
He only went for 1 point in stat, so just maxes the blink straight away after that. You know, against a team with more proper stuns, we'd probably see more of a burning build, but this game, you just need to max blink. They have very little lockdown. I like this skill build.
Yeah, I don't really think he needs the stats at all. He just needs the blink to catch up and farm later. He's gonna be like the 4 protect one. He's gonna be needing to blink everywhere to push out the waves. So I think maxing the blink here is a correct choice.
But
they smoke under the ward. I think they saw it.
Are they gonna bait it? Well, they're running now.
They're actually not even that farm. The Lifestealer just got his armlet. And
there was no Midas on Weaver or Lifestealer either.
Yeah, I don't think the Midas is a good choice as well for the Weaver. Or they're gonna pick off the Dragonite.
Like clap, and they'll just throw out the Panda ult, no hesitation. Don't know if they needed it, but why even risk it? They'll steal Breathe Fire as they bring him down too.
You can tell he's dying to use the Panda split. 15 minutes, his first split.
Yeah, he's just throwing out all the nukes. Dispel something. Nothing to dispel. I guess is there Chilling Touch to dispel? Does that work? I guess so.
Yeah, that's actually a really...
I guess it should.
Yeah, you should be able to because it's considered as a buff. Yeah, I think you should be able to. Oh, top lane.
If they just lift him, he's dead. Sentry's there, the lift will follow, and then the stun. And he Sakuchi's too. No way out. IG just picking everybody off. And LGD just seem lost. They have no tempo control.
They're making very good movements, like you said.
And LGD just aren't making any movements. We haven't seen any pressure from them. They just tried to group up mid and push, but that didn't work, and they tried to just go back to farming. And Battle Fury's not too far off here. He's just about got Perseverance, and then he'll just need the Broadsword.
No, he's actually going to get it faster than I thought he would. Catching up pretty quick. With his team doing so well. LGD is in a lot of trouble right now. They can't really push towers because of the Acid and the Fate Bolt and the Axe Spam. And they can't really kill heroes because there's nothing to lock them down.
And they can't really win in a farm war because they didn't go greedy enough at the start.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards like the point where because the Dragonite didn't get a mobility item, they can't really kill anyone.
I really feel like Shadow Blade would have been a decent opportunity for them to force some fights. Like with that, they could kill AM, they could kill Panda before he ults, maybe not now.
Maybe even a dagger. I don't know if you like blink daggers on Dragonite.
I've seen it work before. I think Lakells likes to go for it.
Yeah, middle lane. Who's gonna gank who? Oh, no.
Everybody just kind of ran around in weird directions and nothing happened. The Weaver's joining this fight as well.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh, they go in now. Dragon Tail in the mid lane. On to 430. Gets caught by an open wood. In comes the A-Champ original. And he had 10 seconds. Just a stinking 10 seconds there on his ult. But he won't get it off. Now Chuan will be next. Stuns himself. Chuan. Chuan. His own worst enemy, apparently.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I will say,
Still got a
Winter,
trade. They still got a trade at bottom.
he's been... Chuan has been, like, hurting himself a lot in recent games. That is for sure.
Radiant structures are
Okay, time to tell. I think it's working, the chilling touch on the...
Let me see.
Tower
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It is. I saw 2 chilling touch went down. The number went down after the Gemini attack came up.
Yeah, I was looking at the same thing, so... I was given good information. There you go. I forgot who even told me that, but I was like, oh, really? That sounds imba.
How about chilling touch and sleight of fist?
Ah, I think it should work.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Because, yeah, Slate of Fist is just... it's not like Omni Slash, it's regular auto attacks. It's weird, because it shares, like, the same visual as Omni Slash, but it's not the same. It's very confusing for
It's
casual
better than
viewers.
Omni Slash.
Yeah.
To a certain degree because of the cooldown.
Yeah, it's not as good for just assassinating heroes, though. Which is one of my favorite things to do as Juggernaut.
Well, he's like a semi Juggernaut, but he doesn't care about having creeps or not because he can just kill all the creeps.
Yeah. And he's just... I hate going late game against Ember. If he gets farmed, it's just... Ugh. Like, good luck going high ground against that hero. That's just brutal.
Yeah, some people think that hero is actually too strong.
He's been kind of falling off in Asia, though. Like, we have not seen many Chinese team. Well, not in Asia, more in China. We just haven't seen that many teams using him. There was one game in China Cup where I think it was IG used him very effectively, but that's pretty much it as far as I can recall.
Yeah, he needs to, like, I feel the hero needs a lot of farm, but at the same time he can do well with just a little bit of farm, like a face boots but I don't think everyone's going face boots. Everyone is going arcane boots because he needs a lot of, like, if you go for the max slide build early, you need arcane boots to sustain your mana pool. Otherwise you don't have enough mana to keep spamming your slide.
It actually doesn't matter which one you go for. Like, all spells are pretty mana intensive. Even the Searing Chains are pretty intensive.
If you go max Slide of Feast first, you use the most mana compared to the max Chains on middle lane.
Well, so his Sing Sing goes for both, actually. Roar comes out on a maybe. Did pop his BKB in time, and now something's stolen here. It's just an Ice Vortex, a useless spell for our poor Rubik. Now the TP out attempted. Is there a Cyclone? It's cooling down. No Boulder Toss.
He could have actually killed him. Dispel works on the Shallow Grave.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Well, not able to, and I guess Boulder Toss was also cooling down. Now he blinks away at least. We'll try to TP out. But all the while AM's farming. So they used a couple key ults. Maybe LGD Roches. No, they're going to TP out.
The Weaver is actually not that farm as well because he died once. The AM is like the lead farmer at the moment.
How ridiculous does it feel to say that, Winter, after how the lane started for him?
He had like 13 CS at 7 or 8 minutes, the anti-mage. And now he's 134 after 20 minutes ahead of everyone.
Anti-mage Dota. Best Dota. Will he go Vlad's here? Yeah, completed Vlad's.
Yeah, you should, because he's just solo pushing the lanes and Vlad will just give him more mana regen so he can blink everywhere.
I don't know what they do. They can't gank him. They can't push into the... And maybe they can take Roche when the Panda ult and Roar are down, but I feel like they have to do something like that, because if they just try to farm, maybe they could... I guess the other option, Winter, is maybe they take it ultra late game. Like, wait until their Tricore is all farmed, but IG's just gonna look for this AM to get farmed up to, like, his critical mass, you know, Butterfly, BKB, Basher, and then they'll just look to end the game around, like, 40-45 minutes before the Tricore gets enough farm.
Basically, he gets his full sword faster than any of your Tricore will get their full swords. And Anti-Mage plus Beastmaster, like, if you're trying to farm up till so late game, the risk of you getting caught by the Beastmaster is always so huge. He actually went for a mech as his core item, not going for the Scepter or the Blink first.
Oh, on the Beastmaster.
Yeah.
You keep on talking about Beastmaster, I'm thinking about other heroes.
Have you seen Brewmaster getting a mech? No.
No, I was like, Dragon Knight, but only Fata really does that. So,
Dragon Knight getting a mech. Wait till you see Shadow Fiend getting a mech.
sorry, is it? Yeah, it is Fata. It is Fata.
I don't know if you've seen Shadow Fiend get a mech. Shadow Fiend
Oh.
basically builds a drum, power trades drum, and into a mech. So you 5-man and push with the Shadow Fiend. I don't know if you've seen that before.
Sounds really questionable.
It's not questionable. I lost to that.
that doesn't mean it's not questionable. So arrogant, Winter. So arrogant. They're gonna just force the Roche? Lifestealer bomb. Oh, they're using the Weaver here as a vehicle. He'll chase him, but there's a gem up. They know that he's coming. They can turn around with the stun now. Lincoln's has been popped, and they don't have the vision. No, they get the stun off just barely for Chuan, but another death for Chuan. He's been racking them up this game. 0-2, but it feels like more. Just like, not just the deaths, but all the self-stuns that he's had. At least 4 or 5 this game.
Yeah, and the first blood missed by him.
Blink
he
clap.
blink clap.
But the BKB is used just in the nick of time. Goes on Fate. Gonna try to bring this Rubik down. He gets mech'd up. He's kept alive. Now they roar the Dragon Knight, but he's still at good HP. Anti-mage is joining the fight. He's coming from the back. Drops the Mana Void. Not the best one, but good enough to get 1 kill. Now the Dragon Knight, he's been controlled for ages, and this Weaver just doesn't do enough damage. If they burn his mana, he's dead. Now the Lifestealer comes back into the fray. He's still alive, and they work on 430. Luo's just gonna
miss.
back.
Oh,
Dragon-
he almost survived. If the last attack missed.
They did force the AM to join the fight. I thought he was just gonna ignore the fight and push the tier 2 top. And I think it would have been more worth it for him to push it. All he got was 1 kill.
They killed 2 heroes in the end and they lost only 1. Still alright.
Indeed. LGD gonna work on Roche. Pretty risky. Lifesteal is quite low, but they know nobody's nearby. They do have an Observer Ward here.
Yeah, it was really important for them to get it. Otherwise, later stage in the game, the anti-mage can always just take down the Roche with his blades alone, and you will never see it.
The chat's getting excited at the idea of ultra late game Chinese Dota. They really can't wait for it, Winter.
No, I think I have a fair share of experience ultra late game Chinese Dota with you.
I think we've had our fair share of that.
Monkey everywhere.
Well,
Illusion everywhere.
we didn't get to cast it, but I think the most ridiculous that I've ever cast was the MLG game it was DK versus Speed. The first game. You remember that? The Lamb Earthshaker?
Oh yeah, refresher.
The Earthshaker is the carry. It reminded me so much of the game where Shadow Demon was the carry, and DK versus IG, or was it DK versus LGD?
Yeah,
forget.
something along those lines because he was the counter to the Phantom Lancer.
Yeah, good times, man. Good times.
I actually prefer games right now than Shadow Demon illusions everywhere.
Shadowblade is coming soon for maybe, and actually I feel like even though it's late, it's still enough to kill this AM. He's got 1,000 health. If they Shadowblade in with Lifestealer and the Ancient Apparition ult hits, that's a kill. Even with just
No.
the 2, it might be enough. So
They
this is
have
still a
gem
big
on,
item.
They have a gem on YF though.
Yeah. But AM might not be with this team, so it still could work.
Yeah,
Well,
he's gonna be
actually,
alone.
as I say that, he's with his team, so maybe not.
Tron is also building a Shadow Blade. Huh.
I guess he's tired of getting stunned and stunning himself.
Then you get a blink. I don't know, man. After the blink mana cost removal, I always like to prefer to get blink over Shadow Blade.
You know what this reminds me of, Winter? Do you remember that game at TI3? Where Chuan, like, where they were clearly gonna lose, and he just, like, he was raging at his team, and just, what did he build? It was like it's like a late Midas on, yeah, it was on Treant.
Yeah, Midas on a Treant Protector.
It was like a rage Midas. Like, you could tell they were gonna lose, or like, any chance they had of winning would be if their carries got farmed, and he just, personal Midas. I don't know.
Oops.
That team had some issues, I guess. That's fair to say.
Yeah, hopefully they already sorted out their issues right now. They're gonna try to speed up LGD. LG is gonna avoid they don't want to avoid. They want to just fight down with their Aegis. Maybe he's gonna try and pick an opening now with the Shadow Blade. Oh, Anti-mage is alone.
They can do it if he's not careful. But he has shown the Shadow Amulet.
He dropped his Manta and backed off.
Yeah. I mean, in theory they can do it, but in practice, very difficult. And there's a lane ward here, so he tries to get to the trees, but they've already seen him. He's gonna go for another. He'll go for round 2, but Luo's gonna be long gone by then.
The wards are just really in a good. Just look at the wards of IG. They are in a very good spot. The 3 wards. They will spot out every rotation.
Look at him try. He's trying to chase down the AM, but this is not gonna happen. Just good positioning. Who needs the gem on the AM?
Yeah, he's just too fast to catch. It's the reason why I feel like sometimes Blink Dagger will offer you something that Shadow Blade cannot offer you.
Well, right there, I guess they didn't know he was in the Ancients. They were just trying to go through the jungle, but yeah, there are definitely cases where, like, if he's just up the cliff, if you have a Shadow Blade, that means you have to run, like, all the way around. If you got a Blink, you just go right up.
Yeah, and Blink no mana cost means Dragon Knight is not really too bothered about that, having...
The Blink is not going to help you take it late, though. So, I mean, they're trying to gank him a lot. Maybe they just shouldn't be doing this.
They're
Maybe
not
they should
trying
just be
to take it late, they're trying to gank him.
I mean, is that the right call, is my question. Like, wouldn't they be... Maybe they're just better off farming, since they can't really gank him. The Weaver is farming. The Weaver almost
the
has
reason
MTV.
they have to farm and they don't want to farm is always because, like, the Anti-mage would always out-farm them. He will farm faster than them. Oh, this is the chance. Did they actually see him?
No, no. It's nighttime, and he didn't really approach the lane.
Wow, they are just all backing off. And coming over. They know he's here.
Wow. IG are just not gonna let him die. 5 heroes bottom. Worst. And now when maybe sees him, he should be like, looking at my vision right now.
He's inside, like, for the past 2 to 3 minutes already.
And just keeping my eyes on the dire vision. Oh,
they know
boy.
he's there. They know he's there for sure.
There's an Ags on the Brewmaster. There's a mech and a point booster up. They do go in now really fast, but the Panda comes in. He's still alive. It's a perfect bait. LGD have been trapped. They'll lose Yao instantly. And down to the left, leaps the Weaver. Chuan low, but not dead yet. Now they clap up maybe. They'll bring him down. And Faith stolen. Sakuchi lives with 20 HP. Weaver in hot pursuit. But now Weaver's been caught. They can stun him here. Lincoln's has been broken. They lifted to do it, or actually zapped to do it. And now he's going to time-lapse out, try and escape. But I think they might still have him. There's another lift. There's another lift.
With the clap.
There's another lift. Give him the clap. But the Grave. The Grave turns it around. Out comes the Alk stuns. Holds him in place. Do they have the follow-up? Drops the Swarm. Meanwhile, the Anti-mage is pushing mid. Not even fighting with the team. Zap. Another chase. He's going to get cold-feeded, Faith. Under the enemy tower. But 430 is just king. They can't deal with them. Is there a Mana Void? Yes, there is. Look for the slam. He dunks 1. He's going for 2, baby. The Brewmaster gets it. Well, that might be game.
Yeah, that's it, I think. Oh, they baited that situation so well.
That 4-man bait.
Dire's bottom tower has
But
fallen.
this bait is not as good as a double damage still.
Whew. Well, IG.
Nothing beats the double damage bait.
Dire's structures
Yeah, that was also so risky too. The double damage bait, but it worked. I still maintain Winter. He at least got the DD rune, so that's pretty good. Pretty good for him.
They didn't even get the kill on the AM.
And now he's got 5.6k. Butterfly?
Yeah, doesn't matter. He can even build a BKB if he wants to. But yeah, he's not coming to fights anyway. Heart or Butterfly.
And now they also have Ags on Beastmaster. As though they needed more initiation. This Roar is about to grow like all the way up to there.
Their chances of winning is just hoping that IG makes a mistake, they take a good fight. Otherwise, if IG plays their cards correctly, it's close. It's almost their game to win, their game to seal. There's almost no chance for LGD to try and win this game anymore.
If LGD loses this game, they're 1-3 in the group stages, and we'll take a look at the standings after the game ends, assuming they go on to lose. But I want to see who they're playing the rest of the way, because I could see them not finishing top 4 at this point. I wouldn't have said that before this group stage, Like, sure, they had the games against DT, they lost in Signet Cup, but, you know, that was just starting with the new roster. Maybe finding their footing, but this is a big round robin. They've had plenty of opportunities to win games. They really should have beaten DK, that one game where the double damage and bait sealed their fate. And if they go on to lose this, maybe they just don't deserve to qualify for the playoffs the way they're playing.
Yeah, they don't look as stable as before. They're making a lot of mistakes, but...
Do you think it's just missing Xiao Wei? Do you think maybe he's not doing his job, or what?
It's hard to say though, but mostly when teams you change your main player, which has played with your team for like 3 years.
Yeah, like imagine removing Puppy from Navi or something.
Yeah, it affects the team dynamics a lot. You make more mistakes and there's no one to yell at you. As for my experience, I know if you lose your captain and he always yells at you when you do something you're not supposed to do, and when he's gone, you go back to your old ways and you start to make more mistakes.
Moshi.
I didn't say it was him.
Well, LGD now. They're in a pickle. Down 10k gold, 12k experience, but most importantly, this AM's he's just one item away from basically being maxed, and you look at a Weaver, the Weaver's pretty farmed. Lincoln's MKB, but the Lifestealer's very mediocre on the farm, and the Dragon Knight's even worse off. They need more time. Like, at this point, I feel they really have to take it late. Wait out the AM.
Like you say, they need to just take it super late when the AM has full slots. Can't buy anything else anymore, and they just wait for the 3 cores to fill their slots.
Clock's a ticking. The thing, though, is even if they get farmed cores, IG has so much control from their backlines. Well, and their front lines. The Brewmaster, lots of lockdown with the Ags. The Beastmaster has Ags as well. Alk is a good lockdown hero. The Rubik's got plenty, and he could steal more. So even if it does go ultra late, is that even going to matter when the support lockdown is so dramatically in favor of IG? I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's still very difficult. If IG execute it correctly, one roll means the Weaver or the Lifestealer Dragon Knight will die right away. If someone lifts and stops the Shadow Priest from casting his Shadow Grave.
And they're just smoked up as 5, stopping the D-ward. But this was a ill-fated smoke, I feel, even if they went for it.
It's very hard to catch the AM with their heroes. It's just they don't have anything to just jump in and hex or stun. They only have the Shadow Blade Dragon Knight in, and it takes so long to get in. The Anti-mage just farms the wave and just brings away so quickly, you can't even reach on time. He doesn't even need the gem to know that the Dragon Knight is coming.
And they just don't push the lanes out fast enough either. Like, it's amazing that they're running an Ancient Apparition and 3 carries who are... Dragon Knight's decent at pushing, Weaver's decent, but AM just outpushes them all so much. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah, power of the blink, mobility. And they're just constantly moving as 5, and the Hawk is always scouting their movements.
I always feel like I don't have enough cameras when I'm casting a Beastmaster or Visage game. It's like, I honestly, someone was talking about having dedicated observers for Dota, and I'm not sure how I feel about just having like one person as dedicated observer, but I really like the idea of having like a producer, and like having it like the NFL, American football, where they'll like just switch camera shots constantly, and you have one guy who's like 5 cameramen, and then like one guy telling you which camera to go to. I feel like games with Beastmaster and Visage like require that kind of stuff, but
yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool.
But you have to do it, like, it's hard to do it correctly, right? Like, if you just switch too much, it's just, people feel like they're dizzy, they want to puke, they get seasick. So you have to find the right balance.
Someday, my friend.
Coming soon, Valve time. Maybe they'll do something like that for TI4. I don't know. A man could
you're dropping ideas.
Hint, Valve, if you're listening to this. But the thing is also, like, casters have to be used to working with it, and, I mean, I can tell you most studios can't afford to pay 1 dedicated observer, let alone 5 cameras and a producer, so it'll just be Valve who try it, if
Here
anything.
comes the fight.
They go and see. He does get stunned, but remember, he's got Manta and Heart. The Lifestealer bomb's there, but it just doesn't do a whole lot. AM, blinking forward, and just immediately blows up one. With the Panda ult here, there's just way too much crowd control. Faith Locked in place, dropping pretty fast, gets mech'd up. He really needed that one. The AM's cleaned up one. He just two now, and he keeps on just moving from hero to hero, one by one. They all start to fall down. Goes on to maybe. He's still got the Mana Boy, doesn't even need it. Yao will be next. This will be 4, and this will probably be GG. Should be the Roche going their way. Weaver trying to clean up just one on the backside. Actually, they won't get 4. But they don't really need to either. They can just take the Roche now. And go collect their win. IG's pretty much going to be 4-0 after this. I don't see them losing.
Yeah,
like, to
they
make
can't-
matters worse, top and mid are at the base. So they can just go straight down mid after this.
This is just already... It was already over actually like about 5-10 minutes ago, but there was still a slight chance that LGD could still win, but now it's almost 0.
430 has a completed refresher on Panda. Wow. I'm speechless.
They have everything they need.
The funny part is he's just solo pushing into 5 or 4, I guess. Just doesn't care.
They can't kill him anyway. Like at
Well,
the moment, if
Winter?
Dragon Knight manages to stun him, they might not even be able to kill him.
Well, you know, you talked about why you're not a big fan of Ancient Apparition. No stun. And then they went Dazzle. And Dazzle Ancient Apparition has been a really popular support duo at times in the West. I know quite a few of we've seen quite a few of the North American and European teams run that combo, but this is a real problem for that combo, is if you ever get into a spread the map kind of game, and you don't have really good lockdown on your cores, you just don't kill a hero like AM. You just don't. You can't kill him.
Yeah, they had to win the lanes a lot. I feel they did a good job at the start. But the point where they move around, it was the middle lane where they backed up the AA when he got ganked and they didn't do anything. That was the point where the map just opened up and AM was just farming everywhere after that.
Observer wards get planted now outside of the secret shop and towards the bottom lane. And IG, do they just march down mid? I think
Yeah,
so.
they can. They're just too strong at the moment.
It's time for Chuan to be a team player now. He's going to come
He
in.
has the Aegis, so he doesn't have to worry now.
Yeah. Chuan can be a man and really force the fight. He's not afraid, not right now. Rubik, oh no, not again. The stolen Sakuchi. Even at this point, like, he doesn't even need it, but he'll take it. BKB's come out.
BKB to kill illusions.
Wow. And they lost their mana anyway. Well, that's pretty much it. Like, how are they gonna defend without BKB? I don't know, man. I don't
Unless
know.
Chuan stuns
Blink,
himself.
clap. This is only ult number 1. Remember, the Brewmaster's got refresher. The first Panda ult comes now, and I'll just clean up maybe. No BKB. No way out. Slicing and dicing is Mr. Luo with a butterfly, and on the backside is Yao. Quick food, mincemeat, chop suey, really, for Luo. Triple already. He's going for the ultra. Leaps onto DDC. Yeah, I'll back off. And another blink. Another Panda ult coming. Yep, this is Panda ult number 2. Have one on the house. And the DD will be next. That's 4. That's GG. LGD are 1-3 through their first 4 games, and IG are now 4-0. They just got stomped.
It was a really good game by them. They didn't have the best laning phase, but after that, their map movements was really good.
Actually, you know, it's the first few movements didn't even work, if you remember. Like the gank bottom failed, where
Panda,
and then the
teleported bottom and smoked.
and then then Chuan went top, and they failed on the Beastmaster gank, and they still came back anyway. Jesus.
Yeah, the lineup, like you mentioned, the primary weakness, no proper stuns apart from Dragon Tail. Now you know why I like stuns.
I think everyone knows why you like stuns after watching that game. And if they don't, then they should take notes. But that's going to wrap up our 3rd of 4 games, and it puts the grids into an interesting position now, but let's see. I'm actually having some trouble getting rid of my overlays here. Well, for now, we'll just hide them and try to figure out what's going on later. But no, I'm still trapped behind the overlays. They're bugging out. Sorry, guys. I don't know. They're just like surrounding me, trapping me in. But Winter, that's going to wrap up our 3rd game. We have one more match coming up, and now I can't see which one it is, so I'll have to alt-tab. It is, I think it's DK, yeah, it's DK versus Tongfu Wangzhou.
Tongfu, yeah.
So DK is also 3-0. They could be 4-0 after this next game. Well, we'll find out. But right now, IG, they're the first team in Starladder China through 4 days of play. The only team 4-0. DK probably going to join them. They're playing Tong Fu Wangzhou next. That match scheduled to kick off in 32 minutes. Guys, if you're just joining us, Korean Dota League's about to kick off as well. Lysander Sama, the man, the myth, the legend. Much love and Kappa will be casting that. So head over to twitch.tv/BeyondTheSummit for all your Korean Dota needs. If you want more Chinese Dota, stay here with myself and Winter. We'll take a quick break, then we'll be right back for more Chinese Dota. Stay tuned.